What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic middle of the week. This is the Daily Truth in 5 minutes or less. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Today's message is actually about a special anniversary for me. Today is the 10-year anniversary of my father passing away. And I'm going to give all the lessons that I can give of that time in my life and the 10 years that have come since. So that's the Daily Truth for today. I don't know where it's going to go. I got a couple minutes and we're going to see. So start coming in the room, tell me where you're from, make your comments, all the different things, and we'll get started. So 10 years ago, I remember I used to work spring break in South Padre, Texas. And when I went away, and I'd go for a month, I would leave for about 3.5 weeks. So I left in the beginning of March to get out there for work. And I remember that things were hit and miss. When my dad his health was going down. He had fallen several months before. Before I left, they're like, he's got a few months before, anything really happens, etc. And then couple days in, they're like, well, I need you to sign some paperwork for us. And somebody told me that they're putting him to hospice before the last message I had gotten was like, he was good, he's still stable and all that stuff. So unfortunately, I did not get to actually see my dad one last time. I immediately hopped on a flight, and I remember and this is part of the reason why sometimes I complain about people's work ethic and all these things. When my aunt, who was like a second mother to me, died, I was video editing that night. She passed away at 11 p.m. I was video editing at 4 a.m. for a client. A client that didn't even really pay very well, if anything, really. But it was a responsibility issue. And then when my dad passed away, I had trouble leaving. I'm like, I can't suspend my responsibility. I felt guilty about that. I remember that a guy by the name of Big Easy, he used to be on MTV Real World Road Rules Challenge. He was the guy, party animal, and he was a dude. So God comes in unexpected forms. So that's one of the lessons. Today's multifaceted truth. God comes in multifaceted forms. And I remember he pulled me aside. He's like, I will cover your stage. I've got it. Leave. Go say goodbye to your dad. And I booked a flight that morning to leave. And I remember he pulled me aside, prayed with me. And I'm like, this is a guy that I see raging and partying all night. And here he is. He stopped what he was doing and he prayed. And I forever am indebted to that moment with him for a lot of different levels. Because I was not at peace with leaving, because I don't like leaving my responsibilities. In the back of my head, I was like, I had said goodbye to him at one time a couple months before, like just in case something happened. And at that time, I was visiting him every month or two. So I leave. I fly out last minute. I get there, and I remember feeling on the plane what had happened, and he had passed away while I was on the plane. I went to the hospice center. I said goodbye to his lifeless body, and that was it. And I was back to work a couple days later. I literally stayed for a day to help clean out his apartment. And left, and we did a funeral for him in New Jersey because he lived in Vegas. We did a funeral for him a couple months later. He's not a guy that there's going to be a funeral for. He, at the end of his life, last several years, once he moved away to Vegas, he had a little bit of family, but nobody to speak of. It was a very different way to end a life that was very illustrious, and everybody knew who he was when he was younger, but he had multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis, gambling addiction, all these different things that he moved to Vegas, and he was on his own. He had a couple friends, and that was really it. So that's the day. Today is the 10-year date of that. And here's what I'm going to take from it. I'm going to get it out as quick as possible. The truth is, with my 10-year anniversary of my father's passing is, first off, holy crap, it's been 10 years, and to show how fast those 10 years can go. The other truth that I have is the fact that the world doesn't stop when things happen in your life. And that's why I have such little empathy to those that are like, well, this came up and that came up. Get shit done. Get shit done in your life. I'm sorry. Actually just stop thinking, well, I feel like, no, do it. And this is what I speak from a place of doing. So it's not like I'm throwing stones from a glass house. Do it. And lastly, the positive part about this is when you are in a difficult space, in a difficult point, God will come to you in sometimes the most unlikely of forms. That's it. That's the message. So rest in peace, Lenny. 10 years. I was 31 years old. It's crazy how fast time goes. That's the Daily Truth today. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Guys, do not, you know my message, do not surrender your pets. There was a comment yesterday regarding my life with my child based on it's weird when I'm going to maybe make another post tomorrow. Ultra Christians, watch your words. You're the most judgmental assholes on the planet. You are. And you don't understand what you speak of because you watch a 5-minute video that was pretty descriptive. Sorry, little soapbox there, went over my 5 minutes. I'm going to do that one for tomorrow. I'm going to get into that tomorrow. God bless, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the Daily Truth.